matches here. We're going to be starting here in open. We'll be going to advanced next for a matchup between Dot Stats and Take Flight. And then we will wrap up in main, where we've got Free Frugs taking on the Grinders. Which I have to assume means matchmaking, but you never know. You never know what that could mean. Bring back Dot Statsing, people. That's all I gotta say for the advanced team. Bring back Dot Stats. Not that I ever had good stats, but it was always fun to see. Spaz 2! Looking for more! Oh my goodness! VOODOO just shut this down. Spaz able to completely deny any space on towards the site from chiming in for 2. And that is a very nice start here for VOODOO. Dark Unicorn just totally vaporized. Pizza even got a slice. 30 ADR. I'm hearing typing. That's never a good sign. Second round pause and typing is not a good sign. But we are going once again. Timer expiring here. So should be all good. Lots of utility shown for VOODOO. They go for the MP9s to set that up. And it's just Glocks on the other side. So you can't imagine this is going to be much of anything at all. Dark Unicorns opting for the Eco. Seems like the tech was just to sort out an audio issue. Guessing someone forgot to charge their headphones. It's usually what it is. AZ on the big box. My brain wants that to be AZK. Here's the French stop. Well, he is going to be the star in this one, swinging off the big box against unarmored pistols like a knife through hot butter. That is money made. And the Dark Unicorns have yet to get a kill. They have currently shown us the fabled strats of 5-go B or 5-go A. But now they've got guns. So let's see if they shift things around. What they're going to do. A little bit of a duel here in the elbow. And there's a gap in that smoke. Not realized. Gold Rosso able to trade it out. Punisher keeps the numbers in favor of Dark Unicorn. So nicely played there. Risking the Molotovs, edging the smoke. That's what you like to see. Wufu not looking to get caught by that HE. With Punisher on notice, there is some concern here. Dark Unicorns, they got some space out towards the site, overlooking Donut. Azuria didn't realize it was exposed. These mid players will try and clear out Donut, but AZ, if he can hold on to this position, it would be huge. He cannot, because the site player walked on in to confirm that. Player in Temple. From gonna make his move before that Blum. Well, after it gets planted, but before his teammates are in position for the retake. They just got MP9s, but Punisher's so low. That's really just taps they have to deal with. Not quite deep enough on that HE. If they had a smoke, I'd say this is a really tough spot. But without said smoke, the fight on in, not so successful. Spaz holds the line. He's going to have to go for the stick. Punisher just needs to pull him off once. No kit. And yeah, that is going to be the win for Punisher. Spaz trying to lure him into his death, but is just going to have to try and bail out of here. A bomb is merciless on Ancient. The round is there for the Dark Unicorns. that's a nice one. I was a little worried after the first two strats where 5 go A, 5 go B. But the elbow fight into some donut control, that's not bad. That's what you like to see out of an Ancient. A little fumble Ruski on the smoke, but eventually goes where it needs to be. Not going to allow the window peek off of it, which might have been the idea. If so, a little bit misplaced. They're just trying to dry swing up ramp. There's not a lot of utility here for VOODOO, but something's going to come down. It's just one Molotov. Incendiary at that. So the dinky, lousy CT molly. Gold Rosso, nice clear on the cubby. Not going to be raging after this one. Molotov on in. Roost looking to hold the line, but only finds the one. So advantage for the moment on for the Dark Unicorns. If they could get a smoke up. Ooh, that is ill-advised for Punisher. Wanted to get closer. Be able to help out their teammates. Walks in, knife out. But now Mufu can hold off this retake. Prevent it from coming through. They need to clear him out of the cubby, and they know it. Pizza wants this fight and is not being given it. Mufu was able to trade as a result of that, and at this point, From is just too far away. Doesn't have the kit. Doesn't have a chance here. Looking for damage. The damage will be had. But the round, that'll escape. Terrorists win. Rowan gang represent. Were these players who were part of the Rowan collegiate team? Let's see, do they have an HLTV page? Ooh, if I search Rowan, Magnet Brain comes up. Because that's his name. Heavy fight into the elbow, trying to make Golderoso uncomfortable here. Gonna be able to get one, but there's no reason to risk your own gun. Look at the damage, actually, on a couple of these players. This is getting interesting. And the bomb, meanwhile, is making its way over towards A, but they've actually got a ton of space here, B. This has gotten very goofy indeed. From with that one rifle now coming into play, bringing it down to a 3-on-3, and just like that, we've got a round on our hands. Bomb's gonna get planted A again. Mufu with full health. From is the danger element. These players are so low. Ah, the double spray down should be available, and Mufu and Golderoso will keep this from getting out of control. That got very spicy for being one rifle and a bunch of unarmored pistols. Dark Unicorns still keep chugging. What do we got here? Fast beat play? Oh. Zuriak got a chance. Spaz, living up to the name, getting Zeused on down. The disrespect there from Taps. Coming in with a Zeus. I love it. I absolutely love it. And a walk through the smoke for From is going to prove costly. Guess for bad the worse here for VOODOO. They could use a little bit of their namesake. Pizza might just be finding it. Look at this. It's one guy with 2 HP to defend this entire side of the map. There is nothing else towards A. It's why he's dumping the util early, trying to convince them that there's more presence than there is. That's working. They're headed up the cave. 45 seconds. They could still bail, but Something tells me this is going to be the commit, especially after getting that kill. Double smokes out towards long. I think that's what they mean when they talk about layered utility, but ESEA getting the entry. And instantly traded at that. I will say these teams looking a lot more drilled than my own open team did many a season ago. I think that was... when did we play? Back in the 20s, I want to say. It was a long time. Not the 20s as in the decade, because I guess we're there again. But the 20s as in the season. Heavy play off the pistol. Spray down available here for Mufu. Trying to again keep around, getting from out of hand. Getting from out of hand? Getting out of hand. Oh, but unable to do so. Gold Roasted tagged down by the Deeg. These pistols have been deadly. And now the ops out in a 1v1. Mufu coming this way. Spaz makes noise in this approach. No armor means as soon as the spray starts, it's over. 4 kills here from Mufu, who's doing a great job of making sure his team doesn't lose to these ecos. Okay, it wasn't quite the 20s. But my team, the team that actually existed was 30, 31, 32. Before we vaporized. So we're in season 49. It's been 17 seasons since my last real one of open. Gotta roll it back sometime. I need to get myself signed up. It's a lot of fun playing open. I've done some substituting for other people's teams as well, but it is a really good time playing Team CS with the gang. Nice tag. And a follow-up as well. AZ wins the duel. This one's looking good for VOODOO. Half was starting to get away from them. But this round isn't settled just yet. There's no real utility. Just flashes. For VOODOO to hold this off. And it's going to be about the guns. Let's be real. This is open. It was always going to be about the guns. Punisher low. Could just go to the pistol here. USP is more than enough. There's an HE. There's an HE on From. And goodbye, Punisher. Goodbye. Time to join the space program. Ooh. That nade felt like he should have done more. There's no greater blue balling in the world of CS right now as a caster than watching nades on X-Ray and feeling like they should be chunky. Unarmored pistols, man. That easily should have been a 60 damager. Oh boy. Put that util away. Put that util away. You're getting run down by Glocks. 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 Oh boy. Can I get a bomb plant out of this? That'd be nice. Bomb plant's huge. Round success. Just leave. Taps, just leave. Go. Not winning that. Not without armor. Not without that much time on the clock. I can understand the temptation, but... I mean, with the bomb down, it's going to be fine. You don't need the A4 to save through. But that wasn't happening. Can't believe they got a bomb plant out of that. Wrong time to be pulling smokes. Get caught by every Glock in the game. Little fight here at the cave. Little squibble squabble. That's going to come out very nicely for the Dark Unicorns. Been a minute since they've had a round crack their way. Pizza's trying to make sure it's another minute indeed. Taps able to bring that one through. Spaz. Collecting. Player hopped over the smoke, and then Spaz able to zero in for the next. Golly, they've got deep control here, and Spaz may not expect it, but he's ready. He's ready. ESEA needed that instant headshot, and Spaz has just completely taken over since that ops come out. 13-4 right now. Spaz is popping off. Mufu, what can you do? 30 seconds, and Roost starting to close the flank. And so consider the flank closed. Roost able to snap shut the jaws there. That was a 5v3 for Dark Unicorns that they lose track of. It's pretty much up to Spaz's individual outplay there. And Roost as well for the final kill. That's very nice work on the op for Spaz. Very nice work indeed. That's an airstrike right there. Forgot what game I was watching for a second. I heard "Open Up the Skies" in the back of my headset. Mortar strike of damage onto these pistol players. Kind of astonished nothing was a kill, but why not use a brick to swat a fly here? Spaz going in with the op against these already softened up targets. Unarmored pistol? Well, how about an op bullet? In case you were wondering, this one is not happening. I've seen into the future. I've seen into the future here. It ain't happening. Seen someone ask, why is this being streamed? The answer is really just that we want to highlight the different levels of the ESEA League here and encourage people to sign up. That's the skinny of it. It's a lot of fun to watch different levels of competition in the ESEA League, and the next season is starting soon after these playoffs conclude, so Season 50 is just around the corner. Sign-ups are open for it right now, and it's never been a better time to play ESEA League. If you love Counter-Strike, if you love watching Counter-Strike, if you've always thought, like, what would it be like to play at a high level, to play consistently, it's a great time. Whether you want to take it super seriously and try and climb the ranks, or whether you want to have basically a beer league with your friends. It's a great way to play. It really is so much more fun to play with just the barest amount of coordination. You've probably felt it if you've ever had a consistent 5-stack, even if you've never played League. But even if you have zero expectations, as soon as there's a little skin in the game, things get a lot more intense. Roost under pressure here. And not give up the ghost too early. He is going to be able to catch one around that smoke. Nice maneuvering. Molotov sectioned off the teammates. A swing from Pizza. How is that not punished? Really bold, swinging into put two. Maybe getting away with one there. A VOODOO. Now with the advantage, with that bomb still unplanted. They can continue to pluck players away while they try and punch in the numbers. It all falls to Taps. And Spaz again having super strong impact. All right, Taps is going to bamboozle somebody here. Surely this is one. No, not even. I like the idea. I like the idea. Maybe could have waited for the fade. But obviously time was of the essence, and you don't want to give them enough time to figure it out. We can take a look at what we got here. That's some nice utility damage coming through. 135 ADR. I want to talk about From. 202 utility damage, not that much. Shooting damage, that's my guy right there. Very relatable for me. Actually, you know what? 11 kills ain't bad. 11 kills ain't bad. Only 4 assists. When I saw that damage, the UD, I was thinking we'd have a few more assists chalked up there. But yeah, basically, if you're wondering how the games get chosen, our lovely admin Osodank, Mr. Zyrus himself, comes on through and prepares me a bit of a menu of the various games given on a broadcast day. Gives me a little blurb on some of those for why they might be interesting. We try and go all sorts of different levels of competition, moving up and down the ranks. And then we have a little discussion about it, make the final call about what would be an interesting broadcast to check out. Shoutouts to Zyrus. Does good work here for North America. Voodoo's doing good work in this pistol round. They got the bomb planted. And they've got the round. So now they're feeling very good about this map of Ancient. There will be more, again, there's a 2-minute delay right now, I think, on stream. Can't control that, unfortunately, from our end. So, I'm responding to things on a little bit of a delay. Sorry about that there, folks. There will be some games coming up after this. I see Osodanks in the chat already letting you know. But we do have 2 more games. I really love that we're doing this. I mean, getting my start in my career, I did a lot of casting of like main games and advanced games. I started casting before advanced existed. It's doing a lot of main, a lot of advanced, a lot of promotions and relegations. It's fun to get to dip my toe back into these ranks and check them out. Oh, Mufu with the USP. Hang on. You're telling me there's a chance. Where there's a will, there's a way. But the way is lit. Mofu has to go to the sidearm to do this. No armor is such a disadvantage on this duel. That aim punch is such a brutal thing to deal with. Getting run down with the sidearm. Got the reload off, but Roost is going to bring this through. Oh, what an attempt from Mufu with the USP into the MAC-10. No armor the whole way through. That was pure, concentrated power of will right there. Almost got it. Almost got it. Taps with an XM. What do you got? What do you got? XM round? XM round? Some damage on it. Killing the player elbow now means they're completely bottled into this. There's no escape. It's just pizza. Come on, Taps. Fight. Fight, Taps. Fight. You don't want to save this XM. Won't need to save this XM because there is a Galil available. For the lack of a fight there. Disappointing. Disappointing. We want to see shotgun kills. That's what we need. That's our entertainment coming through. Fast playing towards cave. VOODOO trying to keep things interesting here, but Punisher lives up to the name. Taps behind. No XM anymore. Maybe if he'd had an XM, he would have gotten 2. I'm just saying. AZ. Holy cow. Speaking of getting 2. What a headshot on the second. Now, this could be tough for the Dark Unicorns. Lack of armor means that these are going to need to be headshots out from VOODOO. I actually can't believe they had this much success with the lack of armor. This is already such a good round for them. Stamp from cave. Honestly, might be enough. They don't quite have their lineups. AZ had to get the reload off. Thinks he's already pulled the player. Anything but. It's a successful round when you consider what they brought in. If they know their lineup on that bomb just a little bit more, might not have even had to peek at a cave. Taps. The one. Nearly got traded back. Remember, Spaz on that op. When that op came out in the first half, it was all over. Pizza puts the numbers in their advantage. I always feel like things are in my advantage when I have pizza. Ooh, that's nice. Little pixel angle there for Spaz. Catches Punisher. Going for a little information play. Goldroso. Goldroso's going to try and make the winning maneuver. Azariah. Oh, smoke is unfortunate. Could have maybe caught the bomb. That would have bought extra time for Goldroso. But as it is, now there's a player tucked into the corner. And a little bit of a sloppy clear means that one's not going to work out. Time to save the ult. Time to save that AWP, Azariah. Short answer. Someone's asked, why is ESEA Open being streamed in this channel? We've talked about it before, but of course there's a delay here and new people popping in. The short answer is to shed a light on the lower leagues here in ESEA League and encourage people to get involved and get signed up for Season 50 coming on through. So we're taking a look at all different levels of competition here. And it's fun to get a chance to get your match highlighted and get some casting done on it. Always fun to see different levels of play. That's the general idea there. Ooh, don't do it. Same team. Same team, Spaz. He's on your team. Spaz is thinking about it. What's going on in the mind of a Spaz? The eyes of a stone cold killer right there. This pause means it's been so long since Spaz has been able to op somebody down. Thinking about it. Presumably whatever issue's going on here is going on with Mufu. As Mufu has yet to buy, that's usually a good indicator. So that's the problem spot. My brain has mostly gotten used to the jump nade sound. Still can't say I love it. Knowing the lineups, though, that I love. ESEA. Just hitting the timing shot on Frome. Nothing that Frome could have done. That's a great way for someone who's been having a little bit more trouble on the scope. Good way to get a kill on the board. Goldroso, how on earth has he brought that through? And Mufu with just the USP. We saw Mufu almost do it with a MAC-10 and a USP before. Now Taps has that XM. Taps going to connect the shot. And VOODOO have found themselves in the blender. Half of Spaz's health is gone, but at least that bomb can be retrieved. Goes to the AK for the multi-kill potential. Going to try and clutch this up. What do you got for us, Spaz? 50 seconds. Trying to just wait this out and see if someone gives a kill on over. So allow Spaz to reduce these numbers just that little bit further. They're not going to do it, though. Patience. Better kill. Patience is one thing. Crispy headshots. That's more. What's the craft going on here for Spaz? You've got the Panther, but with the iBuy power sticker over the head. They know that plant's coming in. Punisher's hoping they'll come that direction. Spaz does indeed. Shot doesn't land, though. Now Spaz knows. I think where both of them are, based on that molly. Should have a pretty good read. Oh, Spaz, you cheeky boy. They're never going to expect this. They're never going to expect this. Now he's back on the boxes. Oh, they just have no idea. One player spotted, two players spotted, but Spaz can't get the spray around. Chose the wrong player to start on. You start on the rifle, you swap to the op. Oh, no. Wow, that was almost brilliant. That was so close to absolutely brilliant. That was a 1v4 for Spaz. I mean, a golf clap for Spaz. Golf clap for Spaz. That was almost such a sick clutch. It was still a sick clip. But there's nothing worse than having the sickest of clips and you just can't quite stick the landing. That would have been a 10 out of 10 routine. Couldn't stick the landing off of the bounce beam. Oh, man. That was kind of brilliant. 21 and 8. Spaz is cooking. Goldroso. This is the bomb. This is the bomb. Spaz was the solo player, but wound up with the C4. That's not ideal. You would have had maybe a window to get this plant going. But right now, Pizza is trying to create space. Goldroso. On the smoke fade. Gets overlooked and is able to finish off the round with 4 big kills. We are coming down to the wire. Just one round separating these two teams, as it seems like we're going the distance here on Ancient, and I'm kind of loving it. This turned into a spicy game. This is the joy of Open, right? I really don't know what you're gonna get until you open it. It's what we were talking about at the beginning. It's like playing one of those action figure turn, you know, you put a quarter in, you get the little capsule machine out. You don't know what you're going to get. Could be a complete bummer of a game. Could be this kind of excitement where the Tech-9s might just bring through another round. Oh my goodness, Voodoo. They've got the site. They got the bomb plant. Money's rough. One more kill. I mean, they're committed at this point. Golderoso's desperately trying to shoot his way out. He's the only one here. 1v4. He's down. He's got to cut bait. Oh, he's got to cut bait. I understand why he doesn't want to. Surely this is too much to ask. Pizza just needs to buy time. It's harassment. It's harrying damage. That's all that they need. They came into this with Tech-9s with so very little behind it, and they're going to emerge with a round win. That's a sweep the legs kind of moment. Dark Unicorns, they bring it back to the 1. They're getting so close. And then Voodoo come in with the Tech-9s. They sweep the legs. They slam Dark Unicorns down to the mat. Knock the wind right out of them. Stack on B. Rinse repeated the attempted round, but it's limited weaponry here for the Dark Unicorns. These Deegs eventually are going to find one, but one simply not enough. That's crazy good damage, honestly. Pizza on 1 HP. Spaz down to half. If only they had a couple more Deegs in there. Maybe it could have worked out. Map point on. Voodoo can put this away. The guns are back out here for the Dark Unicorns. But now 3 chances to close this. And of course, we got the heavy hitter of Spaz on that all. 22-9. Keeping it clean. Golderoso's been trying. Golderoso has been trying. I'm curious to hear afterwards if Golderoso has in fact been raging as we were promised. Because Golderoso has definitely had some moments here. Good utility damage. Always love to highlight the good utility damage here from Mufu. Mufu again had that crazy pistol into Mac 10 round, which is a huge part of how this got close in the first place. So we had a lot of different players step up and have their moments. Have some sick clips. Still thinking about that. Spaz almost was 1v4. But now it's all on this round. Punisher hears them taking control on towards B. Wants to hold on to the caves. That'll allow them the retake possibility. Nade sailing out. Punisher, good hold. Good trade onto the Oppa Spaz as well. But Punisher gets a little antsy. Goes for the swing. Pizza doesn't realize there's still a player here in CT, but a miss. Just a warning shot. Fired from Golderoso, letting him know. Putting him on notice. And now a clutch that Golderoso will pull off. Time aplenty for the defuse. The Dark Unicorns, they're not done just yet. They're going to keep fighting. Yes, it's Golderoso who winds up getting the kills that they need, but holding on to that positioning in cave for Punisher, that's huge to allow this retake to come through. Can Dark Unicorns keep it up? Can they take us the distance here? Can they take us into OT? We'll find out. Taps. Good kill coming through. Heavy exchange in mid. Look at the health for Roost. And now an advantage on Roost. Putting in work despite the 4 HP. We still got Golderoso out. It's been the clutch factor here for Dark Unicorns. Punisher sitting around in the cave. Which way do AZ and Roost want to take this? Seems like B's going to be the answer. Flashes, but this is really just designed to fake, to hold the presence here. And for Punisher, this next peek, this is everything. This is everything. They do the 1-2. A little bit of a bait off the low HP player, but it's not even needed because it's a quick headshot there for AZ, and now the bomb getting planted, and another clutch is going to be required of Golderoso. Got some ground to cover first off. Creeping on into Jaguar. There's that first fight, the low HP player, but a little bit of the canary in the coal mine because now AZ's looking at the right angle, just trying to stall out. Molotov to pull off the first. Allow the reposition here. Golderoso does have the kit, though. Being dodged. Back turned, and the spray down will be good. AZ brings it through.